Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to How to Lose a Government in 10 Days, the French edition. That's right, France's political circus just hit a new climax. Their government collapsed for the first time since the 1960s. And who's the star of this chaos? Emmanuel Macron, the man who gambled on a snap election and lost spectacularly. Let's rewind. Back in June, Macron called a snap election, basically saying, "Hey France, choose me or the far-right boogeyman." Spoiler, France said, "How about neither?" The left-wing NFP won the most seats, the far-right national rally got stronger, and Macron's centrists got stuck in the middle like a baguette in a tug-of-war.
In the end, it wasn't even close. Members of France's National Assembly had two choices: vote to bring down the government or abstain. Don't vote at all. Hitting 288 would mean the government collapses. In the end, they had 331 from the left and the right, a clear majority.
Macron appointed Michel Barnier as prime minister, a seasoned politician best known as the EU's Brexit negotiator. His task? Address France's growing debt, which exceeds EU limits. His solution? A mix of tax increases and spending cuts to rein in the deficit. But compromise was hard to find. The left opposed the austerity measures, while the far-right argued they didn't go far enough. With no majority support, Barnier resorted to Article 49.3, a constitutional tool that lets the government pass a budget without a vote.
France's government has collapsed after a vote of no confidence in the Prime Minister, Michel Barnier. The move plunges the country into a political and financial crisis. It's the first time the French government has been brought down in such a vote since 1962. The left-wing bloc in the country's national executive and Marine Le Pen's hard-right national rally combined to oust Mr Barnier after he pushed through a budget without a vote. That budget is now null and void, and a weakened President Macron will have to try to find someone else to appoint.
Good evening, Rita. The voting took place in the Parliament building behind me just a few hours ago this evening in Paris. But essentially, it all became inevitable earlier this summer when the French people voted a parliament that was completely deadlocked. But it looked very vulnerable from the start, and tonight was the moment that it fell. What happens next is unclear, but it looks like France is entering a period, perhaps for months, of deep political and perhaps financial instability.
Well, there you have it. France's government is in delicate condition. Macron's approval ratings are scraping the bottom of the Seine, and the only thing rising faster than the national debt is the collective blood pressure of French politicians. Will they find a way forward? Maybe. Will it be messy? Absolutely. But hey, at least they're keeping political analysts employed. For now, we are signing off with a gentle reminder. If you thought your last family dinner was tense, just be glad you're not trying to pass a budget in the French National Assembly.